You've spent hours on a treadmill for nothing, and it's not because you didn't try hard enough. Cardio isn't why you're not losing fat. That sentence probably just made every cardio bunny in your gym personally offended. But stay with me, because the math here isn't opinion. Here's what everyone assumes. Burn more calories through exercise, lose more fat. Simple. Except your body doesn't treat exercise calories the way a calculator does. It treats them like a budget it's constantly trying to balance behind your back. Let's talk numbers for a second. A moderate 30-minute run burns somewhere around 300 calories. Sounds solid, right? Except one bagel with cream cheese is basically the same number.
You just spent half an hour sweating through your shirt to cancel out breakfast. That's the trade you're actually making, and nobody tells you that part. Fat loss comes down to one thing: total calorie balance across the entire day, not the calories you burned in a single session. And here's where cardio quietly sabotages you without you noticing. It's called compensatory behavior. You do a hard cardio session, you feel like you've earned something, so you eat a little more at lunch. You take the elevator instead of the stairs, you sit more because you're tired. Studies tracking this consistently find that people compensate for a big chunk of the calories they just burned, sometimes almost all of it, without realizing they're doing it. So you're not lying when you say you've been consistent with cardio and the scale hasn't moved.
You probably have been consistent. The problem is, what happened in the other 23 hours of your day canceled it out. Here's the mistake nobody talks about. More cardio doesn't fix this. It usually makes it worse. More cardio means more appetite, more fatigue, more "I deserve this" energy at dinner. You're not lazy. You're running a very human feedback loop that fitness influencers conveniently leave out of the thumbnail. So if cardio isn't the engine, what actually is? Calorie deficit, full stop. You need to burn more than you eat or eat less than you burn, and that deficit can come from your diet alone. Cardio can help create that deficit, but it's the smallest, least reliable lever you have, especially once your body starts compensating for it. The bigger lever almost nobody talks about is strength training. Not because lifting burns a ton of calories in the moment, it doesn't, but because it protects the muscle you have while you're in a deficit.
Lose weight without strength training, and a chunk of what you lose is muscle, not fat. Lose weight with strength training, and your body prioritizes fat, keeps your metabolism higher, and you actually look different at the same number on the scale. Now, here's how to know if you're doing this right. If you're doing cardio and feeling ravenous for the rest of the day, that's compensation working against you. If your weight loss stalls despite clean eating and daily cardio, check your actual portions before you blame your treadmill speed. Most people underestimate what they eat by a shocking margin, and no amount of cardio outruns that gap. And no, doing cardio in a fasted state doesn't fix this either. It doesn't burn more fat overall, it just changes what fuel you're using in that specific hour, and your body settles the score later in the day anyway. There's a reason this myth is so sticky, too. Cardio feels productive in a way strength training doesn't. You sweat, your heart races, your watch buzzes with a calorie number, and that number feels like proof. Lifting feels quieter. You don't get the same dramatic feedback mid-set, so your brain assumes it's doing less, even when it's doing the heavier lifting for your actual goal. Pun intended. The exercise that feels the hardest in the moment isn't always the one doing the most work for the result you actually want.
Here's a comparison that makes this click. Imagine two people in the exact same calorie deficit for 3 months. One does an hour of cardio 5 days a week and 0 strength training. The other does 0 cardio and lifts 3 days a week. Same deficit, same scale number lost at the end. But the lifter keeps more muscle, so more of what they lost was actual fat, and their metabolism holds up better once the diet ends. The cardio-only person often ends up smaller but softer because a chunk of that weight loss came from muscle instead of fat. Same number on the scale, completely different results staring back in the mirror. This isn't a cardio hate video. Cardio is genuinely great for your heart, your mood, your endurance. It's just not the fat loss engine you've been told it is. And treating it like one is why you keep doing more of it and seeing less from it. Before you go rethink your entire cardio routine, a quick word on tracking. Because eating in a deficit only works if you actually know what you're eating. Most people don't, not because they're careless, but because portion sizes lie to the naked eye. Today's sponsor handles exactly that gap, but we'll get back to the fix in a second. So here's your actual takeaway. Stop measuring progress by how much you sweat. Build your deficit through food first. Keep lifting to protect your muscle, and let cardio be the bonus, not the whole plan.
feel the difference in a month, not from soreness, from the mirror. If you want the actual training side of this handled for you, from strength progressions to unlocking moves like your first pull-up, that's exactly what the Calisthenics Playbook walks you through, step by step, no guessing. So yeah, you've spent hours on a treadmill for nothing. Not because you didn't try hard enough, because nobody told you where the real lever was.